Hi everybody, Dr. Bill Crawford here, psychologist, speaker, author of 4 books, host of 2 PBS specials. Here today to give you another tip in helping you create the life you want. Today I want to look at 4 concepts: freedom, permission, courage, and meaning. This comes from a quote that I am sending out to those 5,000 people on my email list. And the quote comes from the book The Icarus Deception by Seth Godin, kind of inspired by the book. I changed it a little bit. So the quote that I'm sending out says this: freedom isn't about having permission to do whatever we want. It's about having the courage to do whatever fills our life with meaning. See, I think in many ways, many of us are waiting for permission to do what we want, to follow our dreams, to be who we want to be. Because there's a little bit of risk in that. I mean, if we follow that dream and it doesn't work out and we hadn't got permission or we haven't got approval, or some people have said, no, don't do that, then if it fails, all of a sudden here we are kind of left holding the bag. It's our fault. I told you it wouldn't work. And we have all these fears of what will happen if we fail. And so what we are looking for sometimes is permission, or someone to say, yeah, I think that's a good idea. So if we do it and it doesn't work out, well, hey, it wasn't just our crazy idea. Somebody else said it was okay too. Understandable, but what that does is it ties our dreams to others' ability to perceive the potential for those dreams coming true. And it's really our passion, our talent, our personality that will make those dreams come true or not. So I think most people would say they want freedom in their life. And I think what we have to recognize is if we want freedom, we have to stop asking for permission or approval or validation from those outside of us. We've got to recognize that whatever fills our life with meaning is worth going for. Now, that will take courage. Partly because, again, we may be going against the tide. We may be going against what is recommended by those around us. We've certainly come from an experience of being a child where asking permission was a huge thing for the teachers and the parents and all the authority figures in our life. Often we had to get their permission before we could do anything. But unfortunately, when we take that perspective into adulthood, when we think we have to get permission to fill our life with meaning, to do whatever fills our life with meaning, then I think we really hinder ourselves. And even if we get the permission, in some ways we're still implying that we need it. So that's still kind of a disempowering statement about our own ability to create the life we want. I think we've got to recognize that the person, the expert in our life, at what we want and what we need is us. We've got to own that expertise and pair it with meaning. So it's not just doing whatever we want, kind of in this hedonistic fashion, whatever feels good, do it. Whatever's meaningful. There's a quote from Sidney Poitier that says, true joy is not just doing what feels good, but it's what brings you meaningful pleasure. That meaningful component there is so important. So what I would encourage you to do is think about what brings meaning to your life. What is the behavior, the activity, the profession, the things that you do that make your life meaningful? Or what can you imagine doing that would create this meaningful life for you? You don't need permission to do that. You do need courage, however, to follow that path. I hope you're finding these videos valuable. As I've mentioned, I'm having a wonderful time bringing them to you. One of the things that I do is I go around the country talking about being able to create the life we want from this more meaningful, purposeful perspective. I have a book and a series of seminars called Life from the Top of the Mind. It's all about accessing the meaningful, creative, purposeful part of our brain versus being trapped in that fearful part of the brain and allowing that meaning and purpose to be our guide. If you would like me to come and do something for your organization, I would love to do that. If you would like to work with me as a psychologist or life coach or whatever you want to call me, feel free to go to my website, hit the contact button, and I would be happy to talk with you about that. My website is billcrawfordphd.com. If you forget that, just Google Bill Crawford, and I'll come up on the first page. Thank you, Google. So I'm hoping you're finding these valuable. My goal is to help you bring more clarity, confidence, and creativity to everything you do. If so, let me know. Tell your friends. I'd love to hear from you. In the meantime, I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video.